Hello, everybody. Welcome again to Heroic Studies Gaming. We're going to be doing some games today. This is the last game that I'm running for Not at Con, which is a convention that I've been running here this weekend to help raise money for Game to Grow, a charity in which they do a lot of therapeutic things related to gaming. If you don't know anything about it, there's a bunch of stuff to see it, and also Jake Norman over there at Mini Terrain Domain has been doing a lot. In fact, I think every one of his stream things has a video for Game to Grow right at the beginning. So check it out. But otherwise, we're gonna be playing some Mecha Hack because at Not at Con we're honoring the people at Absolute Tabletop, and this game is one of their games, and it's one of their good ones. It's a great one, actually. In fact, I was just telling these guys how I was frantically trying to put a bunch of stuff together, because I was stressed about this particular game, and then I was in the core booklet and discovered the page in the core booklet that answered all of my questions and had all of the stats for all of the things that I needed for this entire session. That's how good it is. It's just a super simple, streamlined, awesome mech game that makes things easy. In fact, the last Mecha Hack game I played the other day, one of the guests was Jeremy, who created Gordonek, which is a game with mechs as well, and he was like, "Oh man, I wish I had discovered this. This is great. I'm gonna contact them and see if I can make an official Gordonek slap on of the Mecha Hack, right?" And I was like, "Yeah, you should do that." But anyway, it's neither here nor there. Let's begin playing Sewer Duty. So I'm joined here with two individuals who are playing their mechs. I don't know your call signs or what types of mechs you have, so why don't you go ahead and let me know what you're playing and stuff like that.
All right, so I have chosen my call sign is Kingfisher. I am a commander in a striker.
Cool. All right, then my call sign is Vortex Raven. I'm a maverick inside a brawler.
So Vortex Raven and
Maverick Brawler.
It's a Maverick Brawler, okay. And it was Kingfisher, is that right?
Yep.
Poor old Catbox isn't around anymore.
Poor Catbox. That guy was a hero. Mm-hmm. Oh, so if you want, there's a right after the character creation, there's a D10 you can roll. Page 13
for the
pilot record.
Oh, the pilot record. Yeah. Right. The history, your character's history. Oh, hold on. I am seeing an error, but that could also just be my trying to run two streamy type things on the same computer at the same time. I mean, it looks like I'm still alive. All right, well, whatever. I'll just go with it. Let's close that. Who needs to actually see in the background? All right, cool. So you guys are you're rookies, and you've just gotten out of the academy. You're preparing to be at the full defense of Fortress Husqvarna. It's spelled funny. It's Husqvarna. Husqvarna. It's an outpost on an alien planet that has been populated by Terrans. It is near the forefront of the war with the Neo Dominion, and so you wanted to be warriors that help save the world or protect it from the evils of the Neo Dominion. However,
those bad guys.
Them's the bad guys.
Oh, yeah.
There's also the Void Maw, which is an unexplained space alien thing. No one knows much about them, but they do know that they're the source of strange kaiju beast monsters. That's the other enemy that's out there. But see, the thing about the Void Maw versus the Neo Dominion, the Neo Dominion is like a political agency. It's like an empire, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so you just deal with them because they want to own and control everything. The kaiju of the Void Maw, however, no one understands them. They're just weird, unexplainable beast things that just essentially chew through and eat whatever they want.
Nice.
So they there's not gonna ever be a political peace with them because they're just monsters, right? They're just straight monsters. And you could call the monsters to their face, and they're just going to respond by shouting at you and trying to eat you, right? Like, that's going to be what happens.
You don't see them screwing each other over for a percentage.
Yeah, exactly. Not for percentage anyway. Maybe for food, but not for percentage at all.
That's right.
But yeah, so you guys went through the academy thinking that you were going to be the next ace pilots to, be heroes in the war with the Neo Dominion. And right after getting out of the academy, you were put on sewer duty. That's
Yay!
Right. You got to clean up the streets, literally.
So my story is my dad is like a high-ranking officer, like very, very upper level. So my whole goal is to live up to his standards. He's not a kind individual. And he got me into officer school, but that was about as far as that went. So I bet you this is my dad's duty. My dad got us here.
Yeah, I mean, he put you on kitchen duty. Got to teach his kid a lesson, make sure you understand.
That's right.
Yeah.
Hey, did you see that Mecha League fight the other night?
Yeah.
Dude, those guys, Death from Space, got their asses kicked by some total. My dad says they were like losers, flunks from the academy. Man, that was a good fight.
Yeah, they lost 5-1 to Squadron 3. They didn't even have a name. They were just called Squadron 3.
Yeah, that was rigged. That was definitely a rigged game.
And yet Squadron 3 kicked ass.
Yes, it was.
Yeah. So the job that you guys have on your what is a Vortex Raven's background? What is his record?
What's your record?
A record? I have a loved one fighting on the other side of the war.
So you've got someone a cousin or a parent that is on the side of the Neo Dominion. That's
Yep. Not fun.
That sucks. They might even be a high-ranking officer in the Neo Dominion, so that's a weird one. Maybe that's why you're on sewer duty. Don't want you anywhere close to any intel.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So you guys are stuck on this sewer duty, and it's boring and routine. Essentially, you're just kind of going through, and there's like 3 different objectives that they usually have you do. One is to just report the status of the sewers, because Fortress Husqvarna it's powered by the sewers. Like, essentially the water and stuff that flows through the sewers gets pushed through these these turbine rotor blade things, right? And they sort of power the city. So without people creating waste, the city doesn't get powered, right? So they found a really creative way to self-power the city. However, there are problems whenever you deal with stuff like that. So they do need someone. It's actually highly important that someone takes care of them. It just sucks that it has to be you, right? Because even with your face masks, even with your vacuum sealing for space, the stench is so strong it just permeates the mech's shell, and you can still smell it. It's not good.
It's not good.
Yeah, but you essentially have 3 tasks. Like I said, first one is to just check on the status, report back, make sure everything's working fine. Right, that's the main thing. That happens. That's what most of your duties are. But then sometimes they have you confirm that the 3 major power generators in a particular sector, because there's all these different sectors. This thing's so big that there are multiple sectors of this sewage space. So just confirm that the 3 generators in the sector that you're in charge of, they're secure and operating perfectly, that there are no issues with them, or that there's no attempts to sabotage, because even though there's a war going on, there's still people that want to they want political change or whatever, and so they're
okay.
Terrorists and whatnot. And then you also have criminals and smugglers and all kinds of stuff, right? People just doing their normal thing. And then the third task that they will often have you do is remove any debris or any kind of blockages that might be hindering the function of this space, which sort of goes back to the whole making sure everything is working fine, right? So overall, your job is to in the last week that you've been on this task, your job has just been sort of patrol, clear out stuff, make sure that the generators are working fine. Those are the 3 main objectives they have you do.
All right. Well, I have my extra triple scented hanging things from my rearview mirror in the cockpit, just trying to have a somewhat normal sense of smell after I get out of this horrible place.
Like 5 cans of air freshener.
Right. And 7 cans of Febreze duct taped to the wall.
Yeah, every 5 minutes or so, you have one of those like auto spray things. Just go.
Bandolier of scented candles.
Oh, that's right. As a module, we have a bandolier of scented candles across our mess. Oh, how long are we going to be in this place? All right. So, I have my striker outfitted for this mission. I've got extra missile packs all over the chassis, just in case. A few sectors over, and a few days ago there was another squad that had run into a large smuggling group, and so they were dealing with mass individuals. So I thought, well, that's a pretty good idea. So if we have to run into anything like that, I got some missiles hooked up, and we're ready to rock and roll. Go check this place out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean this sector that you're in charge of, by the way, is 0451. That's what it is. It's sewer sector 0451. It has to use that fourth number, the 0, because there are numbers, that use it. So there's.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you're in charge of 0451. Now, when you get down into the sewer, when you first access it, there's just kind of like a staging area right at the center where the water is kind of pooled. But it goes off in 2 directions. You essentially have like straight in front of you that leads down to kind of an access conduit. It's more like an access panel. The water goes through it. Like one of the water tunnels will pass through it, but you guys can't get through it. There's just like a wall there, but it's got a bunch of readouts and controls. And then there's a path to your right that leads down. Because you've been down here before, down to like the main water like basin, the cistern essentially, where a lot of water pools and a lot of the muck pools as well. That area is fine. It's just where it gets pulled and then pumped through the pumps or through the pipes to the various different generators that are located around you. There are 3. And that they are like that wall that I was just talking about at the end of the hallway there. There's one on the other side of that, and you can access it by going around, like the long way around it to the other side. There's an access point, but there's a readout there. They did that so that you can just go down in the tunnel and go look at the readout and go, okay, it's good, right, without having to go around. But if it's not good, then you have to go the long way around to access it.
Okay. And that was to the right?
That was straight ahead, and then to the right is the main water basin room that then pumps it out to the various locations.
Okay. Well, I say we head straight forward and check out that first reading. Make sure everything's simple. We'll go from there. All right. So we're gonna head forward.
Okay. It's no trouble. It's pretty clear. This is a path that you guys take. Like it's essentially your shortest cut, so you take it all the time. So it's clear of like most debris and most gunk. It does smell horrendous, but whatever. You can't do anything about that. Your auto Febreze thing sprays again.
That's right.
So you get to the readouts, and it's there's a bunch of different readouts happening, a bunch of different things. Now you guys have done this before, but you're still rookies, so I'm gonna have somebody make a systems check to see if they understand what the readouts are saying.
I got it. Stand down, soldier. I got it. I missed. I rolled a 10 under 10.
You rolled a 10, and you needed to get 9 or below.
Cool. Yes, correct.
Yeah, so it's a bunch of gook. You don't really know what it's saying.
It looks fine to me.
Yeah, exactly. It looks fine to you. Everything seems totally fine. There's no obvious red lights or like blinking things or alarms of any kind. So yeah, looks fine. Sure.
And that red text there, that's supposed to be there.
Should be there, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, we're good. Sector 1 clear.
Sector 1 is clear. All right. So I'll write that down. Generator 1 is clear, according to you.
Generator 1 is clear, yeah. Later, I will claim insanity due to sewer fumes.
I mean, yeah, maybe there was some fog on the inside of your glass for your faceplate, and you're like cleaning it off, trying to see. Cool. So then, so that's clear. The water does seem to be flowing through the pipe as far as you can tell. There's no, like I said, there's no indication, an obvious indication something's wrong.
Okay, good enough.
Yeah.
So now do we need to go back and to the right to the main water basin?
Yeah.
All right. So we will trudge back down towards the entrance, and then we will hook left, coming from where we're coming from, to go to the main water basin. We'll check that out.
Yeah, so when you hook that left there, you notice a couple of things. Firstly, there's a bunch of debris that wasn't here the last time we were down there, but that's normal. It's not like a tremendous amount. It's not like a obscene amount of debris. It's the typical amount of debris that you generally see each time you come down here. Like it varies because of the flowing water and because of the crap people throw away and the stuff people flush down their toilets, right? Like there's always something. And there's definitely a whole lot of debris kind of blocking you in front. You can either sort of move it away or you can go around. There's a bit of an access around it. It's through a tight tunnel that you'd have to go single file through. But you can just push through this debris if you'd want.
That's in the past. That's how I found it to work best. It's kind of messy, but if you just shuffle through it, it tends to break it up a bit and make it easier to remove. So I'll take point unless you want to, and I'll just kind of wander right through the middle, just doing little shuffle steps, going through it.
All right.
You're gonna go through it also, or are you gonna go around?
I'll go through it.
Okay.
Cool.
So we'll go through it. Is there enough room for us to do it side by side?
Yep. Yeah. This is the reason you would do that is so you could go side by side and not have to go single file. Yeah.
Perfect. So we'll do that.
Cool. So you start shoving through it. A bunch of debris starts getting bunches of goo is starting to get stuck to your machine. I'm not going to clarify what it is, and you're not even sure you even know what it is that's getting stuck to your machine. But you're getting stuff on your machine, and as you do that, there's like a sound, and when you turn to look at the sound, you shine your light on a bunch of skittery little things like skittering away from this debris as you kick through it.
Mm.
The problem with these skittery things is they're bug-like, but they're not supposed to be here. These things are definitely Voidmon origin, but a bunch of little ones.
Oh no. Great. All right, who ordered the bugs? Now, I will say this. We're not the ones who wash the mechs after the missions, right?
That's correct.
Pretty sure they have a whole... So, while this is definitely unappealing, we don't have to deal with the worst aspect of it, that's cleaning it off.
Yeah, you'd have a crew or something. Some people that didn't qualify for pilot school that have to clean up the mechs afterwards.
Oh, boy. All right. Can I do a system scan to see if I can get any identification on these things?
Sure, why not? Go for it.
Maybe they pull something up in the database. 15/10, drats.
Nope. Unidentified kaiju, unidentified creature of kaiju origin is what you get back from your system scan.
Do our comms work down here from mission control or wherever we're reporting back to?
They're real spotty. They're real spotty. You can send a message out and you can get messages back, but a lot of times the messages you get back are like speed with caution, right? Like
gotcha. With caution. So, all right. I will rattle off a quick report to mission control. And where did these bugs go? Like as they scattered, where did they go?
They went in all directions. Some of them ran toward the main water chamber, and some of them skittered off into that side tunnel I was talking about.
Okay. Are we authorized to open fire on things down here?
You absolutely are. As part of your job is to make sure that there's nothing blocking the tunnels or the machines and stuff. And as long as you don't shoot a reactor, they're pretty much okay with whatever you've got to do to rid the pests, as it were.
Okay. What are we supposed to use? Harsh language? All right. Is there something that I can open fire on? Is there creatures that are still here?
There's this whole swarm of these guys sort of running around. And
All
you're pretty
right.
sure that if you wait too long, they might form up and come back at you, as is what you have to be concerned about.
Just spray with destiny.
Vortex Raven. All right. Vortex Raven, open fire. All right. Well, I'm going to open up with one of my missile barrages.
Okay.
See if I can catch some of these guys. So first I'll roll my reactor die. This is a D8. Good. A 6. This is an attack on power.
Okay.
I made it. I have a 15 under a 16.
Cool.
So this is 44 to near and far targets as I choose. So should I just throw this into the bunch and let you portion the damage out, or should I target?
Yeah. So I'm using the swarm rules. So there's like some special rules for how swarms work. So you successfully attack the swarm, and you're gonna hit a number of them. Depending on how many you hit. So there's this thing. If you do a certain amount of damage, I automatically decrease the swarm die. So I use a die to determine how much what's left of the swarm.
Right.
And then I also rolled to see if you reduce them automatically anyway. So I know where we're at with this one.
Okay. So I'll roll my 44, or is there a different die to roll?
No, yeah, roll 44.
2, 5, 7, 9, 10 points.
10 points. Okay, cool. So your missiles go like fire off from your mech, and they just blast all over the place. They slam into the sides of the walls. They slam into the creatures. There's just this whole like this sort of weird kind of scream sound that you can't describe it any other way, which is like as these things die. But it's like a bunch of as these things are like dying all over the place, and this explosion is just barreling through them. However, it's spitting up a bunch of this this green blood stuff that's splattering onto your mechs.
Oh, that's not normal. I've never seen that before.
But yeah, you did kill a bunch of them.
Oh, good.
All right. I use power for my SMG.
Yep.
All right. I'm gonna spray into the swarm with my SMG.
Okay.
Power. I failed. Okay. Rolled 18 or 16.
Okay. All right, so you missed. You just fired wildly at these things. I mean, it was probably hard.
Spray and pray.
I'm sure that you were doing fine, technically, but it was a bit harder to hit them as he blew up a bunch right in front of you, right before you were shooting. So.
Yeah, where you were aiming, I scattered them.
Yeah, like you were just firing into the cloud, the mist of green blood, right? That's what you're doing for trying to hit.
I told you
stuff.
your dice couldn't betray you again. This sentient dice.
Sentient dice. They don't like me.
So as that happens, both of you start to notice that this green gooey stuff that has been splattered all up on your mechs from these explosions has started to
sizzle. Uh-oh.
It's corroding our skin.
You will take 2 points of damage, which you can offset by your armor points if you want, but you take 2 damage.
Yeah, both of us. Do you want it off your armor?
Yeah.
Okay, no bueno.
Yeah, this is no bueno indeed.
I'm wondering if, I hate to say this, if some of the goo down here will help counter it. So I might actually attempt to scoop some up and slather it on the green spots if it goes away.
So some of the swarm turns and they come back because you blew up a bunch of their friends and start firing a gun. They respond by coming back and returning to where they started. But this time they start trying to crawl up your mech and bite at it.
It's no good.
So you will either, well, I guess you want to do mobility to sort of shake them off, I guess. Is probably the easiest way to handle the not getting hit.
This is both of us or just me?
Both of you. Yeah.
All right, so roll mobility and roll low. Yes. Nope. All right, so I'm 315 success.
17.
Ouch, he failed.
15.
Ooh. All right, well, you're going to take 4 more damage from these things swarming up on you and just chomping in, ripping parts of your mech armor off. Or whatever.
I have my dice.
You guys have some low HP though, right?
Well, we have max HP, so we're both at 5 armor and 12 hit points starting.
Got it.
He's down to no armor and 11 hit points,
Oof.
and I have just taken the 2.
Yeah. Right. Starting off strong in this particular sewer duty
Yeah,
today.
these things are.
Oh, cool. So you, so you get swarmed. So that's what happens. So you shake them off. So one of you shakes them off, right? Just kicks them off, and they start falling off your mech. They just, and they scatter around as they're trying to like gain that. Some of them fall on their backs, they do a little feet, little thing, but on his case, they're swarming up, they're crawling up his legs, and they're biting into his mech and like tearing off armor and stuff like that. So now I'll go back to you guys.
Okay. I'm going to try my missile barrage again, but I'm also going to give my commander use action to give him an extra attack that doesn't count against his sequence.
His reactor die. If he does 2 things, right?
Right.
Right.
So you should be able to do 2 attacks this round.
Yeah. So you can always do. So that was the thing we didn't clarify. On your turn, you can always do 2 actions, and you can do. They could be any of the 4 things that you want to do, like use a skill, move, shoot, whatever the case is. You can do 2 of them, but if you do 2 of the same one, then you have to make a reactor die roll to see if you didn't like overcharge your reactor and cause it to drain power. And that's it. So what the special ability he's got is it doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't count for that reactor die thing. Yep.
All right, so I'm going to roll my reactor die as I launch my missile barrage. Reactor is good. Maxed it out.
Okay.
And I hit a 2, so that's almost a crit. Oh, if I had taken the other one, it would have been a crit. That's a crit for you, right?
2 would be a crit, yeah.
Okay, so I got my 44.
Okay.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12. Good
nice. Roll. Cool. All right. Yeah, you blast a bunch of them into pieces all over the place. There's definitely significantly less of these creatures now than there was before. Do you want to do something else?
Well, no. So one was an attack.
Oh yeah, you did the thing, and then, yeah. Okay, never mind.
You get 2 attacks and 1 move.
Without making a reactor die roll, or you could do 3 attacks and then make a reactor die roll.
And make a reactor roll.
You can make a mobility check. Can I make another mobility check to see if I can shake these guys off me?
That's just the special effect of their attack.
Yeah. Right. So mobility is what you'd roll for defending against attacks. So I don't roll dice over here most of the time. So this is what everything's on you. So. Yeah, I mean, you could shake more off. It won't matter that much because it's just going to reswarm you. So you'd probably be smarter to do other things with your turn. Like if you wanted to like power attack them, like brush them off, that would be a thing. Yeah.
You have the charging strike too.
As a move action, immediately move to a near enemy and make a melee attack against them. Roll your reactor die. Just shoot at them twice.
So I'm wondering, so if he does his charging strike, that requires a reactor die.
Yep.
That's a move and a melee attack.
Yeah.
But then you could do your 2 gun attacks also.
Yes.
So you could you're going to have to do a reactor die, but you effectively can get 3 attacks in.
Yeah, you could do 3 attacks and make a reactor die roll, essentially.
Yeah. So just grab multiple D20s. Do your 2 ranged attacks.
All right, 2 ranged attacks.
Hit and hit.
Both hits.
Nice.
So and then you can do your melee attack.
Mm-hmm.
And for my charging strike.
Yep.
Yeah.
You do that. Just do it all at once, and then we'll describe what happens.
Now you roll your reactor die. Make sure that you don't want to roll 1 or 2.
Roll as high as possible on this one.
6. Perfect.
Nice. You're good.
So now you're going to do 3d8. 1 at a time.
I mean, just roll all 3d8. Just do them all at once.
Okay.
Just tell me what the total number is. This is a swarm, so.
18.
18.
Cool. All right, so that will kill them all off. So go ahead. Do you want to describe how you shoot him and stomp on him, or do you want me to describe it?
Yeah, so I run up to them. I just do a little stomping action, try to get as many of them gone as possible. And then I just take my SMG and I spray all around me, trying to get as many as possible.
Nice.
Nice. So you see, so for Kingfisher, you see Vortex Raven do his like move, slamming against a wall or whatever, crushing all of these things, and then just in a circle, just taking all the rest of them out as he spins around, and just fires on them, just destroying all of these things.
Nice. Well done, Vortex. Now, we got to make, okay, so there's clearly something down here that doesn't belong.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And you've taken more damage, and that's not good. Did I figure out if the...
I forgot to mention, did you take any consumables?
No.
You should have. I should have told you can take some consumables. In fact, based on the loadout that you would have, hold on, there's something about loadouts.
No consumables on page 24.
I'm going to go to the...
Oh, repair notes.
Where was it? Please hold. Please hold. There's a cool thing in the mission manual with loadouts based on your type, and I'm trying to find it real fast. Ah, there we go. So as Terrans, you will have, you have the loadouts that you have for your thing, but you will also have 2 frag grenades, 2 pieces of scrap, which we use to rebuild stuff, and I'm going to give you 2 booster kits, which are, they're essentially heals.
2 frag grenades, 2 booster kits, and 2, what was the last one?
Scrap.
For the second one?
Scrap is what it is. So it's pieces of like rebuilding material. Here, I'll show you. Scrap. Where's page?
Scrap on page 84.
84.
Frag grenades are probably in the base.
The base manual, yeah, and then so are booster kits.
24.
83, 80.
24 armor points. Oh,
Scrap.
nice.
So you use a system and spend 1 scrap to regain 2 armor points. That's how it works.
Okay. You actually 24 armor points and upgrade your reactor type level. Okay, so that's really huge.
Yeah. I was like, I forgot to tell you guys about the consumables. I was about to ask you if you wanted to use some, and then remembered I didn't tell you got any. It's like, nope.
All right, so this is page 24.
So essentially, I'm giving you some HP ups, some armor ups, and then some frag grenades.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. I definitely recommend you use one of your booster kits because you're completely out of armor. So it's a D4 armor. Yep.
This kit, you keep regaining 1d4 armor points and upgrade your reactor.
Your reactor is fine, but yes.
Yeah. 1d4 armor.
1d4 armor, yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's fine. Change one of your booster kits to a nanite kit. I meant to repair nanites. Repair nanites, but that's fine. So do 1 booster, 1 repair nanites.
Okay.
So the repair nanites are 1d4 plus 1 HP.
Nice. Okay.
So you guys got outfitted in case you dealt with trouble, right? Just some repair gear.
Good thing. Yes.
Yep.
Okay, so he's used his booster kit then.
Mm-hmm.
Healed up 3 armor.
Mm-hmm.
So then, oh yeah, perfect. Okay. Good. All right. Well, I kind of feel like we should go check that side tunnel too.
Yeah.
Because some of them dash into that. We should go make sure that that's good. Let me go first, though. All right, I'll go first. All right. So we're going to go into the side tunnel and make sure that that's cleared out.
Shining your lights from the mech in the side tunnel, you get this sort of narrow, dark space that's dripping with liquids, and there's some like fungus growing on the walls. It is compact, real hard to see in there, but you've been down this path before, so it's not like completely passed through, like you've gone down it. But
right.
Yeah, you see a few of those beasties rolling around in there. Not a lot though. Just like the remnants that you didn't kill out in the other area are sort of rolling around, and they scatter from your light. But you know that they do return if they feel threatened.
Gotcha. Can we attack them, or are they gone?
You can, yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm going to open fire once, just with my SMG. The 2, so that's a hit.
Cool. You don't need to roll damage. The just having successfully attacked them, you'll destroy the remaining amount of these guys in there.
Perfect. Okay. Well, they're definitely infesting this place. We're gonna have to report back when we're out of here. All right. Anything else that we see?
No, it's just the narrow tunnel. But you were gonna have problems. So the idea was that's where you would have gotten swarmed, but you went the other way, so you got swarmed.
Yes.
Yeah, the other way. It would have been much harder to fight them off when you guys couldn't. When only one of you could shoot at them, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, thankfully we were able to wade through the muck. So this tunnel, is it the path forward that we'll take, or do we need to go back to that main water basin?
No, it'll lead to the same water basin. It's just a side tunnel. That's usually often unused, but it's there in case there's like way too much buildup in the one tunnel. Then there's like a diverted path essentially.
Okay, I got you.
It's an auxiliary tunnel, as it were.
Okay. So we'll head through it all the way back to the main water basin.
Cool.
And go from there.
Getting to the main water basin, it's sort of just this big room that has, a walkway around the outside of it. But in the center is this big water basin. The water is usually gross and dark, and you can't see through it. Even if you drop lights or something inside, they disappear after about a meter, and then you can't see them anymore. But the thing goes down several meters, like several hundred meters. So
nice.
It's just a big lake essentially in the center. But it's got a bunch of different points where there's pumps pushing liquid into it, and then it pushes it out into these various tunnels. So it's like a collection room. It is gross and it is churning with stuff.
So this is not something we would want to fall into.
You don't want to fall into this.
Okay.
Yeah.
The walkways up above.
Like a question you wonder, since your mechs are outfitted to be like sealed against space, like would you be fine if you fell into it? Probably. But then the question is, how would you get back out? Now, you do have thrusters that could probably get out. You could try to climb out, but you can guess that if there's all this muck that's like getting on your mech from just walking around in these tunnels, what is in the bottom of that thing? And so, there's always there's a persistent rumor that there's actually a bunch of mechs in the bottom of that thing that are just stuck in the muck with a bunch of dead people inside, right? That's always everyone always jokes about that. Not just in yours, but these kinds of basins are in all of the different sectors, and so they're like, oh man,
how many mechs have been lost over the years?
Yeah, if you were to ever drain them and dredge them out, how many old mechs would you guys pull out? Right, that's sort of the question.
Gross. All right, so we will continue the patrol, going carefully around on the elevated walkways.
Mm-hmm.
Are there other exits out of this room?
Yep. So there's basically there's a bunch of pipes that leave out of the room in the various different directions, but essentially there's one main pathway, which is the core pathway for the patrol. It goes off to the right when you first enter or the left when you first enter the room. It's to the left directly. But yeah, so it's the only reason to go around the room is just to check on the pumps and the pipes and the things like that. So if you just take your normal path directly to the left, you'll lead out into where there's essentially a four-way junction. One that leads to the left to that first reactor, which you've already checked and said was doing fine. Our generator was doing fine. And then up ahead, there's it leads forward to another tunnel that leads to one of the other reactors, and then to the right leads to the other reactor. So there's essentially, this four-way stop coming up that leads to the different reactors.
Okay, so this one is kind of the central room to access all the generators.
Yeah, right. So once you get past, so you basically go down a short hallway, and then it splits, and that's where you get to all of the various reactors.
Now, since we went and checked the first control panel, we don't need to go down the left tunnel to go back towards that first generator?
You are 100% confident that you don't need to go check that first generator.
Perfect, because we already checked it and everything was good. Okay, good. So then I say let's push forward straight across.
Straightforward sounds good.
Okay.
Okay.
So we'll go, basically straight across.
All right. So going straight across, you go past the four-way junction. There's like goo and tunnels and or goo and pipes and stuff. A bunch of random beeps and lights flickering and all the normal things that you expect to find when you go through there. You can hear sort of the sound every now and then of like the train, the huge train overhead that just passes by this sector. You just hear it every now and then. Right. Everything shakes a little as it goes by. But you eventually go to where there's like a dead-end stop, essentially, but it then goes directly to the left, and then there's a long tunnel to then the reactor room that's on the other side there.
Okay. We scanning as we go, sending more updates up to Central Command. We will make that hard left and continue on down to generator number 2.
To the right, there is a way through. There's a narrowed access tunnel that leads to a smaller tunnel. So just to be clear, there's a reason that there's a stop right there, and there's not just a left turn. There's an access tunnel that does lead to the second reactor through a smaller access tunnel. So it does. So it goes around back. So where there was that T essentially. Or that four-way, essentially goes up, and then it goes that way to the main reactor. And there's a smaller access crawl-through tunnel that would go around to the other reactor, essentially. So they're all kind of linked together in case, there's overflow in one, it pushes to one of the others, right, essentially.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll continue down left through the main tunnel.
Mm-hmm. Scanning, you find some signs of weird goo on the walls that definitely looks not normal. It matches more of that green stuff that came out of those things when you were stomping on them and killing them. I forgot to also say that you had more sizzly green stuff from slamming a bunch of them, stepping on them and stuff. But whatever. You got away from not taking damage because I forgot about it. Lucky you.
Nice.
But when you get close to the reactor room, you start hearing the sounds of what sounds like slamming and banging.
Oh, that's not. All right. I cast a system scan out, see if I can detect anything not in visual range. I got a 9 under a 10, so I got something.
Sweet. So pulling up, doing the your systems and bringing up various things. Beyond the entryway sort of lock door that is it unlocks for you guys when you go up to it, but otherwise it's locked for most people, so you don't get terrorists coming in and destroying reactors.
Nice.
But on the other side of the wall, through heat signatures and whatever your sensors tell you that there's a large creature in the room that is moving around. You get this outline of what appears to be some sort of weird arachnid-like thing on the other side.
I don't think that's normal.
I don't think so.
All right, we gotta go deal with these, and we gotta get more forces down here. We have something that's seriously going wrong with these sewers. All right. I'll advance forward, unlock the door, and prepare to engage this beastie.
Okay. As you step close to the door, it recognizes your data code that you send it. The basically the fob device that you have attached to your mech or whatever, that unlocks the door. Door unlocks and opens for you. And as it does, you look into the room to see a giant arachnid spider-like thing that's on the walls. It's trying to rip apart the generator, but beyond, off to the side, beyond you. That where there should be a wall, there's not a wall. There's a strange swirly vortex of light that is closing up as you enter. You know this to be one of the tunnels that through space and time that the Void Maw used to sort of move around. So somehow one of these opened inside the sewer system.
But you said that the portal is actually closing, or appears to be
closing as you enter.
Interesting.
There's
All right, which
there's
means
some
it's
sort of weird thing to them where they can't seem to be like you guys. None of your scientists have ever been able to figure out why or how these things open, or why or how they close. They just seem to be random. And since the things that come out of them, like this giant arachnid creature, are mindless, they just sort of assume that it's just like they randomly open in space and time, and things pass through them, and that's about all you know.
Okay. And so when it closes, it's going to leave this beastie here in this room to do its thing.
Correct.
And it's going to look for other way. All right, we got to deal with this thing. All right. Hey, you beastie, you don't belong here. It's time for us to show you out.
And you'll roll initiative. So everyone will make a mobility roll and tell me if you succeeded or failed.
Success. Failed.
Okay. Write this out. Gotcha. So Kingfisher succeeded.
Yes. No, they love the game system. No.
Yeah, they hate the game.
Yeah, they hate the game system. His dice. The other night he had like 6 or 7 horrendous failures in a row in D&D, and now everything he's rolling is 18s, 19s, and 20s.
I could have used this last game.
Right? Yeah, that's really funny. All right.
So So the way that it goes, because you succeeded. So the success or failure just determines whether you go before or after the enemies, essentially. So okay. Kingfisher succeeded, therefore he goes before, then the enemies, and then Vortex Raven after. That's how that's how it goes. Just for everyone trying to follow along and figure out how initiative works in this game.
Do we know the range that this thing's at? Is it close?
These are. It's going to be at the very farthest it could possibly be is far, but it's essentially near for most cases.
All right. So remember, close is basically.
Close is like standing and touching each other. So like Vortex Raven is close range to you, right? Because you can just reach out and touch him. And then this thing would be near, so you have to move and attack or shoot it. And then far would just be beyond that. And there's no distance in this place. This sewer is so tight that there is going to be nothing far anywhere in this sewer.
So, but it's near for right now. Is that correct?
Yeah, right now it's near. Yeah, that's what we'll call it.
Okay, and that's good. Because ranged combat in close is disadvantage.
Yep.
So near is actually ideal. All right, so I'm going to use my one action to give Vortex Raven an action.
Yeah.
And you can do that before me, so you can go ahead and do that.
Yeah, I was going to say, so there is a technicality on that one that he can do it immediately. There's no reason he has to wait till his turn to do it.
Right, exactly.
All right, I'm just going to spray and pray at it.
Yep, make an attack. Hey, that's a success.
All right, let's do a 1.
Nice.
88, yep.
7.
Cool.
And then I'm going to make my missile barrage, which is a hit.
Nice.
I'm going to roll my reactive die, maxed 8. And this is 44.
Man, if only you had a Colossus.
Right. I know. 6, 9. Wow. 13 points. That was a really good roll.
Yeah. So your gunfire, and your I should have been having you guys. Well, we'll deal with that in the next round because I should have been having you do a thing. All right. So and missiles. You do a bunch of damage. Thing. It goes right, and it's gonna come at you. So it's gonna rush at you, closing the distance to now close range, and it's going to try to bite at the missile guy. Now, here's the thing. You're going to make a mobility roll to not get damaged by it, but you have to add a +2 to your roll because it is a bigger, more powerful thing than your level.
Yes. Okay. Gotcha.
That was what I should have had to do before, and I forgot.
Right. Okay.
Just keep lucking out on me forgetting how the rules work in
Yay
this game.
for forgetting! 4 + 2 is 6 under 15, so I'm good.
Yeah, you're good. So you dodge out of the way as it tries to bite at you with its rending mandibles, and this sort of chomp and misses. And that'll be what it does, leaving Vortex Raven in close range to do some stuff.
Okay.
So you can use your sword, your axe,
I'm gonna use my axe.
or you can also use like your jump jets to get out without provoking attack of opportunity and fire back at it.
Mm-hmm.
He has a jump jets module.
Yeah. He can essentially move wherever he wants in the sewer. The only
without
downside would be
provoking
that
opportunity attacks.
like the ceiling might not be good enough. But I won't care. I'm not gonna rule that the ceiling isn't high enough. You can't use the jump jacks because I'll the same thing with like the glide things. You can just shoot forward instead of up. Right?
Yeah.
I don't care.
It is a reactor die. The advantage of doing that is you can move and then fire with no disad, but you could just go toe to toe and melee it with your.
Yeah. Aren't you a brawler?
I'm
Yeah.
smaller, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna hit with my laser axe.
Oh, and totally forget. You have reckless attack also. So if you hit, you can kill off 2 of your armor and deal an extra D8 damage.
Yeah, the Mavericks, man.
Crazy guys.
Well,
19. All right, you have 1 action left because that was an attack. You can attack a second time and roll your reactor die.
Mm-hmm.
Or you could move.
You can use
Or
a
you could.
device. You can use a special ability. Anything.
Are you using grenades? Is that a use action or is that an attack action?
That would be a use action. Yeah, I think that's the design of them so that you can attack with them. If I remember correctly. Hold on.
So a use action would be not an attack action, so it wouldn't be a reactor roll.
Yeah, so these are just frag grenades. Oh, it
frag
does say
grenades.
as an attack action, actually.
It is.
Attack
Yeah,
action.
Okay.
yeah, it says it as
Okay, I'm just gonna move back. Actually, that would provoke an opportunity to attack. I might change some shit back.
Well, if you're gonna have to roll a reactor die, you might as well just attack again.
Yeah, if you're going to roll a reactor,
Either
you might
one.
as well just attack again. Yeah.
Just attack again.
Let's just go for this. I can't even tell what that is.
That's a 4.
It's a
So 4 plus 2 is 6. So you hit. That's out of your
Yep.
16.
Nice.
So roll a reactor die. Aha! So you're downgraded to a D4,
Womp womp.
but I can help you out with that next turn, and then roll your damage die. And if you want, it's up to you. You can increase that by spending some of your armor.
Well, he can actually roll again if he decreases his armor, right? Oh no, yeah.
I think it just says add.
He reduces his armor by 2 to add another die, so he can roll the die.
Yeah.
He can roll it twice for damage.
Yep. So he's doing that. Okay, so roll 2d8. Okay, damage.
7, 4, 11.
11 damage.
Cool. So tell me how your your laser axe or whatever it is, cuts through this thing in half,
Cuts it in half.
or whatever
Yeah.
way, however you want to kill this thing.
I take my laser axe, I bring it directly above my head, and I just slam down on it.
Just cuts through.
Slice it. Just cuts through straight in half.
Nice.
As it does, you're sprayed with this green. Both of you get sprayed with this green stuff that
Yuck!
starts sizzling through your armor and causes you to take 2 damage.
Oh boy. All right. Well, that was thoroughly unpleasant, although it was a mighty impressive story for the barracks when we get back. Good job.
Left in its wake, you see the generator. The power generator is all kinds of messed up.
Oh boy.
It's broken in many ways.
So real quick, if we're outside of combat, I'm
Yep.
going to use my reactor charge
Okay.
to rebuff
Okay.
his reactor die back to a D6.
Yep.
And that does require.
Yeah, then you have to
of
make a
course it
reactor die. You just
A
essentially
reactor die on my
transfer
roll.
power from your reactor to his.
is. 5. I'm
Cool.
good.
Cool.
All right. So I don't know much about repairing these things, but I'm going to try to do a system check to determine if there's anything like critical I need to do right now. And at the very least, kind of record the damage so I can show the text when I get back. because someone might have to come fix this bad boy.
Mm-hmm.
Rolled a 4 under 10, so I got it.
Cool. Yeah, weirdly, as you're looking it over and assessing whether or not it's like super damaged, you discover that actually you do know a thing or two. And so you record some stuff, but then you decide to take a couple of the wires and sort of put them together and like, move a thing and kind of just kind of MacGyver this thing together a little bit. It definitely needs some like actual long-term repair. But as you make that last like coupling connection or whatever, it goes and starts powering up again and starts doing its thing, where it's processing all of this water. This is the water. All this stuff starts churning and it's like doing its normal thing. So for now, it's working. But like there's probably like a little bit that squirts out every time the rotor passes through or whatever. So like over time, this is gonna definitely break apart and just be bad. So someone.
So the real question was, did it smell worse while the thing wasn't working, or now that it's working correctly again?
Yeah, that's
all right.
Kind of gross.
We will definitely they'll save and tag that file for later transmission to the central command.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, anything else we need to do in this room, or any other ways out of this room other than the way we just came?
No, that was it. Aside from the weird vortex that opened to wherever land it opened from.
And that's closed now. It's done.
Closed, as far as you can tell.
Okay. But there is the issue of the slime in the tunnel that we just came through. Should I flamethrower?
That'd be cool. All that goop.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll make a note. Try coming down here with a flamethrower next time. Take some of this stuff off the walls. All right. So we will. Do you want to use any of your consumables?
It's repair day night.
They give you 1d4 plus 1 hit points. I could use the booster. I'm going to use my booster kit to buff up his armor again.
Okay.
You're having pretty bad luck there, buddy. I'm gonna hook you up. So this is 1d4 AP. Let me roll. Ooh, better than nothing.
Better than one.
Okay. Sweet. All right. So we're ready to head on out.
Cool.
In fact, I want to go down and check that back alleyway towards Gen 3.
Okay.
Rather than going all the way back towards the main tunnel there.
Okay.
Careful not to touch the slime.
Yes, and definitely being careful to not touch the slime that seems to be coating the walls in these tunnels.
Okay.
So it looks like we get back to that T junction, take a left, and then maybe a right towards
Correct.
Gen 3. Yep. Okay.
You open a big room, or you enter a big room where you guys could take a rest if you wanted to, and that's what that room was for, if you wanted to rest. But you guys used your booster kit, so do you want to rest?
So a rest is like short rest in D&D, we get stuff back.
Yeah. You
Probably not a bad idea.
Hang out for like an hour and sort of try to do some repairs, maybe try to replace some armor or whatever, all that's been broken off.
Yes. Now, what does a rest give us?
All right. Let me open it up and read to you exactly what it says for resting. A short rest, considered an hour or more, allows you to regain armor points up to your maximum, roll 1 hit die to regain hit points up to your maximum, upgrade your reactor die by 1 step. This represents refueling, making minor repairs, venting, etc. You guys did all that just now, like helping each other out, but you can do it some more.
That's all right. I mean, I'd rather use stuff and then not need it than not use it and need it.
Yeah.
Because we didn't know it was down here, so that's fine.
Yeah, so essentially a long rest is like you restore everything. And then a short rest is like you can make the die roll, the hit die roll, and see if you get what you get back, essentially.
All right, so our armor both goes up to 5.
Yep.
And then we roll our hit die.
Yep.
To re8, so it's a D8. You get max. I get 7, which is also max.
All right. Refresh
That's
yourself.
fine. And actually, I wasn't wounded, so okay. All right, so we're both back, and our reactor dies are good. We're both at full.
Cool. Yeah. So
All right,
spend
so
some time just patching yourselves up, fixing some things,
yes.
letting your reactor cool and the recharge.
Does this room have other exits?
It just has the one that leads to the first generator thing.
Okay. So we'll go after an hour. We'll go back into that tunnel, continue down to that big 4-way junction, and then head left from the direction we're coming, the original right, towards what we're going to call generator 3.
Yep. So generator 1, you got to go check that first, right?
Generator 1 was the first control panel that we read.
Yeah. Oh, you're not checking that one.
Well, when we got to this 4-way, we kind of joshed that we definitely didn't need to check that because we already checked.
Yep.
So should we go check it again after?
Oh no, it's fine. That's where I thought you were headed, so that's why you had the break room, essentially. But that's fine. Okay. We can put the break room on the other side toward generator 3. That's fine with me.
I don't know how long this is going to be able to read it or to see it.
Oh, you're doing fine.
Enter here, there. That's the 4-way.
Yep.
That's back to generator 1.
Correct.
This is up where generator 2 where the monster was. Yep. This is what I had as the room that we rested in. And then back here, I was anticipating going to maybe Gen 3.
That's fine. Yeah, that's good enough. Yeah,
that's what I had.
That's good enough.
Okay.
Little different from the map I have, but close enough that it doesn't matter to me. Totally fine.
Fair enough.
Yep.
So yeah, we're gonna head off towards what I think is generator 3.
Okay. So there's this sort of weird platform when you go there. There's like you have to climb up a bit. So it's not just a simple maneuver to walk down the tunnel. This is kind of a thing. You guys often fail to check generator 3 because it's just so hard to get to. There's a physical barrier. So I'm gonna have you make a mobility check as you try to climb up this thing. You will climb it. The question is, how well do you climb it? And do you fall and take some damage in the process?
Oh, nice. 9 under 15? Oh, he got a critical one.
Cool. So Vortex Raven just hops it one-handed on the lip and just pulls himself over like there's no tomorrow. Nice. He's just he's done this so many times. He's like, whatever, we just go check it.
It's easy.
Jump jet cheater.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he has the jump jets. That probably adds, right? Just a little right at the end, little kick, as he gets up over from his jump jet, kicking in. But on the other hand, however, Kingfisher is not quite as elegant. Still manages to get up without slipping and falling, but it's a couple of times where you have you put your leg on a thing and the mech's foot on a thing and goes out from under you, but you maintain your control. And you get up, climbing up this platform.
Nobody saw nothing. All right.
But at least you didn't fall. If you fell, then he probably, because everything is sort of feeding video feeds. That's how you communicate with each other, what you're seeing and stuff, right? And so there would have been a recording, and it would just been
yeah, that'd be not good.
Fail army video or something,
Yes. Totally. Well, I'm gonna get jump jets on my mech next time. This is ridiculous.
Getting up the platform, you notice there's a few things quite wrong with this place. There's definitely something up with this area. You notice a whole bunch of this green stuff and what appear to be these sort of flea nests, which now that you pushed through the debris from before, you know that the debris over there, the original debris you came across, was actually the start of a nest of some kind. Of you can see these things. You're like, I get it now. They were starting a nest and we broke right through it. So these are nests.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And how many nests do we see?
There are only 2 nests. You lucky, lucky guys.
Okay. Well, let's concentrate fire and take one of these things out. I'm sure as soon as we touch one, it's going to come exploding with fun stuff. So,
you might want to keep away from these.
I was going to say, let's put as much distance between the nest and us as we can. I assume we're by the ledge of the platform.
Yeah.
And open fire on them.
Okay.
Sounds like a plan.
I'm just going to use my SMG
Yeah. I won't have you guys make a roll, because nothing's attacking you, so it's just target it, aim, open fire.
Okay.
And so you just from your gun as you're kicking bullets out to destroy this thing. It rends it apart, just tearing through. You got a bunch of those little like and like bursts of probably egg sacs or something as you tear through this whatever this is. Just kicking debris and smoke up everywhere. And as you do, just as you assumed, the other nest sort of bursts open and out come a bunch of those creatures again, just skittering towards you. Only this time, some of them that seem to be a little bit bigger than the ones you encountered before, obviously mature versions. Some of them, they they actually open their mouths, and I'm gonna have both of you make presence rolls. If you fail, you're going to take some damage.
Yeah.
I love my 8 presents.
Yeah, he's got the 8 presents. I at least have a 13. Let's see you fail first. Oh, you made it! 2. And I made a 9.
Nice.
Made it.
Both of you managed to avoid these beams of energy that come out of the mouths of these creatures that just start to shoot through, and it's some kind of beam of power that just launches out through the mouth and just hits the walls and burns everywhere.
Oh, all right. These guys got to go down.
But now we'll roll initiative again.
Yes. All right. Succeed. Nice.
Okay. So both of you and then the things. That's easy enough to remember. I don't have to write that down.
All right. So I'm going to give you your action.
Okay. Easy enough.
Yeah.
Are they close? Near?
They are near.
They're near.
Because you wanted to put some space between you and the nests.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Should I do a charging strike?
You can do it on your turn, but for this, I would just do an actual shot.
Yeah.
Because this is the wonderful thing about this is it doesn't count against your reactor die.
Right.
Nice. Hit.
Cool.
And then how much damage? 5 damage.
Cool.
I'm rolling reactor dice, and it succeeded in order to do a missile barrage.
Mm-hmm.
I failed.
Okay.
My missiles went wide.
All right, so they just slam all over the place, blowing up all over the place. These little micro missiles that you have.
Yes. Okay.
What does it look like when he fires them? Anyway, I didn't ask that question.
Yeah, so just the rocket launchers, the lids come up, and it's basically like Robotech style. The missiles just go everywhere, and smokes everywhere. They're unguided,
right?
Which is kind of why they're so wonderfully AOE. And these all just took the classic RPG. They went up, and kind of it all over the place.
Yeah, so imagine it's like a box or something he's got over his shoulder.
Yes, yeah. Yep.
Right, and they
exactly
go all over the place. Yeah, probably see the trail of them flying, twisting around each other. Just for whatever reason's sake, because anime.
Oh yes. Yes. Yeah, self-explode before they reach their targets.
Yeah, right. Cool.
And then so that was my action. Now you can finish your action.
Now you get your turn. Yeah.
Should I do a charging strike and then
So I would do another gun strike.
Yeah. So remember that when you get into close range, your guns have disadvantage, and your melee doesn't, fortunately. But so unless you're gonna melee things, then you'd want to do your gun attack first, and then rush in and smash them.
Yeah. Okay. Let's start with the SMG.
Okay.
That's a hit.
Okay.
That was 8 points of damage.
Nice.
And then I'm going to use my charging strike.
That one does require.
That's a movement, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is a move action.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So that's why.
Oh,
it
is a reactor die.
Oh, is it?
As a move action, move and make a melee attack. Roll your reactor die.
Okay. Yeah. Well,
so you move into close combat.
Yep.
Make your power roll. Hit. Roll the 9, and then do your reactor die. Doesn't matter. Do your damage. It's fine.
8 points of damage again.
Ooh.
Nice. And then roll your reactor die.
Reactor.
4, you're good.
I'm good.
Okay.
All right.
Cool. So you mash a bunch of these swarms, not a bunch of swarms. You smash a bunch of these bugs in the swarm, destroying them all over the place. You do drop a significant number of them, so for bookkeeping purposes, what is going on is over on the other side, I've got a die for the swarm.
Okay.
And like I said, so I roll it each time they take damage and stuff, and if it's like a 1 or 2, it downgrades just like a reactor die, thus decreasing the size of the swarm. But then certain attacks, certain damages, like crits, for example, things will automatically decrease that die as it is. So
does he get hit by green slime?
He does get hit by green slime as he slams into them, taking 2 points of damage that he's got to mitigate somehow.
All right, so that's off of his previously max armor, so we back that into 3.
Cool.
Yep.
Okay.
Cool. But yeah, so you're down to a D4 as far as your swarm is concerned. So your chances are high you'll destroy them soon. Perhaps with a missile barrage or something. I don't know. But now that you've rolled into them and you're all up in their biz, these things just start trying to climb all over you, and they're biting crazily at you, making these chittery sounds as they try to tear you apart. Go ahead and roll a mobility to try not to get torn apart by these things.
2.
5 under 10.
Nice.
No
mobility. 5 under 15.
Oh, 15.
Yeah, man.
There we go.
You did good. So yeah, you shake them off as they're trying to climb up your leg. You just kind of kick your leg off, and they just go flying all over the place. So they don't do any damage to you.
That's right. He's learning.
Yeah.
I know what to do to get him off now.
I watched you shake him off.
So cool. That's their turn. And then it'll go back to you guys.
All right. Same thing. This commander is awesome. I'm going to give you that usability again, and then I'm going to do this barrage, and I crit.
Ooh, snap!
Reactor die is good. I roll a 5.
So tell me how you destroy this, because I have to downgrade the die, and I have 0 dice to downgrade to. So.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So basically, as I wipe some of these guys off, I kind of do like this semi-jump up and back, and I point the missile launcher down, and it just, the impact of the missiles hitting into the ground, it's just, the shrapnel and everything blows back and like wipes out the last of the creatures as they come swarming out of this nest. Big old puff of smoke and guts and green crap.
A bunch of pieces of cement go flying everywhere and scatter against Vortex Raven's armor. They don't do any damage; they just bounce off his armor.
Blink, blink, blink.
Yeah.
Hey, watch the paint. Your paint's already gone.
And when the smoke clears, there's a bunch of these like little divots in the ground from where all these missile impacts were. But there's just this goo is everywhere, and they're definitely dead. There's nothing left moving.
Nice. Well, all right. So, is that both nests have been eradicated now?
Correct. Yeah.
All right. Well, and is this a generator room, or is this kind of a platform?
This is just the platform that leads. Now you have to go down the tunnel to the generator room.
Oh boy. All right. I'll do a final sweep of the room just to make sure we didn't miss anything and there's nothing lurking in a corner or a ceiling or something funky.
Yeah, go for it.
All right. And just to make sure. Failed.
Yeah, everything looks fine.
All clear.
All clear.
Yeah, all clear.
I'm just going to look up and then you're like, yeah, all clear.
Nice. All right. And where's the exit from this room?
Ahead a ways down a long, dark tunnel.
My favorite kind.
I love those kinds of tunnels.
All right, headlights on. Plowing forward. Let's go.
So as you move forward through the tunnel, it just gets narrower and narrower, but not because of its normal design or anything. It's not like it's designed to get narrow. It's getting narrower and narrower because the walls are filled with muck and grime and all kinds of stuff. And every now and then you look like what's the start of a nest. It's like these things were building more nests up in here. These weird creature things that are running all around. But none of them come out at you, and when you poke at them, nothing seems to happen. So these nests weren't quite occupied yet. They were just the starts of something. But you don't know why that would be. You don't know how they work.
Okay.
If they work like bees, where there's like a queen that breaks off, and then a bunch of workers follow, or what. But they just kind of are empty. So you're lucky as you push through, but it's just getting disturbingly close to your mech.
As I walk along, I will smash, step, rip down, whatever. Just basically make sure that they are completely unusable as they go forward. Continue powerful. Doing physical damage, not trying to shoot guns right now.
Sure. Yeah. Just...
I mean, we made a fair amount of noise, but hey, we don't need to announce ourselves any more than we need to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And continue on.
Cool. So as you get to the third room, everything seems to be silent, like too silent. Like the generator, or the generator is definitely not running, which is not a good sign.
Okay. Any visible nests, creatures,
not outside the door,
or obvious damage?
Not outside the door.
Oh, the door is still closed.
Yep.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna try to patch into the data feed, or do a scan through the door. Actually, want to do it? Your system same as mine.
11/10.
All right. Well, so that was an attempt to listen or scan. So at this point, I think we just got to go in and deal with whatever's there.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Yep.
All right. I'm gonna prep a grenade just in case.
Okay.
Not quite pulling the pin, but I have it ready to go. Let's just make sure to pull that up. And then I will open the door.
Okay. As you open the door, you are greeted by some kind of giant reptilian thing that has far too many limbs and leathery wings or fins that stick off of it. And this thing it's like blinking with these reptilian eyes that can see in the dark. And it like has a moment where your lights shine on it, and it sort of does that reptilian squint thing. But then you know that it sees you. And as it does, it screams a loud scream. Make a presence roll for me, and then we're going to roll initiative.
Presence. I succeed. 2.
That's off the table. I fail.
Oh, he rolled an 8 under 8. Oh.
All right, my friend. Boy, 7 damage.
7 damage. Oh yeah. Oh boy.
As this powerful sonic energy kind of comes out of its mouth and hits you.
Oh.
Ouch.
Okay, he's down to 8 hit points. that might take you out if you get hit again.
Ouch. Yeah.
All right.
I passed the initiative check.
Oh, initiative. I also passed initiative.
Cool. So it's you two, and then the leathery reptilian thing.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw my grenade as my attack action.
Okay.
And I'll give him use action to do your thing, so you can make an attack now. Grenade hits.
Okay.
2d6. All right, frag grenade. Test power, 2d6. 7 points.
Nice.
All right.
Oh, yeah. Remember to roll +2. I probably should have said that. I keep forgetting to say that. +2.
Fair enough.
There's a +2 on your rolls. That's it.
Yeah, okay.
But it's fine.
2, 'cause
I'll still count that.
we're CR1. He's a CR3. So you add 2 to your roll.
Power also.
Yes, for all rolls against it.
All right.
Mine succeeded anyways.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm going to do my usual 2 SMG attacks and then my charging strike.
Okay.
Fail. This one's pass. So I failed on my 2 SMGs. But my charging strike hits.
Okay. You're going to have to roll reactor twice, by the way.
All right. So 5 damage.
Well, no.
No, because it was
one
you
of the
section.
attack is
Never
for
mind.
me,
You're right.
and only the charge should generate the roll.
Yep.
Yeah.
So how much damage did you do?
5 damage.
Okay.
And my reactor's fine.
Yeah, you rolled a 5 on that. So we've done 12. Okay.
So the creature comes down and it moves towards you fast, impossibly fast, and slashes at you with an attack. You slid into it, right? That's what you went over to do your slide attack, yeah. So it slashes at you. Actually, so it's gonna do the opposite. It's gonna slash at you and then flee. So it's gonna attack you. So make a mobility roll not to get hit by it.
You rolled a 19.
Man, these dice are not liking you, buddy. It's 5 damage.
How much?
5.
5?
Yeah.
Number 3.
All right. Your alarm klaxons are going off. Critical hit.
Red lights inside my
Oh, yeah.
Don't forget, you do have repair nanites. That is a thing you do have. That might keep you alive a little bit longer.
Oh, yeah. Those are 1d4 plus 1 hit points.
All right, and then it tries to go away by climbing up the walls and the ceiling of the generator room. So it's now above you. It's at near distance above.
Okay. All right.
Cool. So then it goes back to you guys.
All right. So I'm actually going to use my use action to heal you with my repair nanites. So 3 hit points to you, and then I will make.
So a cloud of these little nanite things go flying over to you. He just and they go over to you and they start patching you up.
Wait, what?
That I just described the nanites like as a cloud.
I know. It's actually like the game that we played the other night. Like my mech was just undamaged like the entire game, and the other guy was just getting pounded on. Okay, and then as my action, I'm going to do my missile barrage. Reactor die is good. I missed with the +2.
Dang. So your missiles go all the walls.
It hit where it was.
Yeah.
Ugh.
All right. And then for my use action, I'm going to use some repair nanites.
Okay.
So 1d4 plus
1.
So
3.
An extra 3 hit points.
So he's up to 9 hit points now.
Yeah. No armor?
And then
No armor.
Then I'm going to shoot at it with my SMG.
Okay.
That's a hit. That's 7 under 16. And it does 1 point of damage.
I was about to say, remember, you can shred armor to do. And then I was like, never mind. Never mind.
All right, 1 point of damage. I mean, that sucks.
Better than 0.
That's true. Better than my hit.
And here, friends, is why in Maximum Apocalypse I have this scale of damage so that you don't ever have just 1 unless you're doing a light attack, which you really shouldn't do. All right, so there's a scale so as it goes up the scale, there becomes like a base damage every time. So doing whatever it takes to up your scale will automatically increase the amount of damage you do.
Oh, nice. Okay.
But anyway, that's neither here nor there because we're not playing Maximum Apocalypse. We're playing Mecha Hack. The creature then leaps off of the ceiling and drops down to try to tangle with the missile guy who just fired a bunch of missiles at it.
Yeah.
So you're getting wrestled by it now. Go ahead and make a mobility roll not to get clawed by this thing.
All right. We have a 16 plus 2 is 18. That is a fail.
All right, my friend. You will take only 3 points of damage.
Woohoo! Shredding off the armor, but I still got some. Down to 2 armor and max hit points.
Cool.
All right. Is this thing looking beat up at all, or is it still looking pretty good?
It looks like it's been taking damage, but it doesn't look like it's like dying in any way.
Darn it! Oh, got a ways to go. Keep at it, my friend. Keep at it.
Oh, so hold on. You used armor points to knock that down?
Yes, I did.
All right, so double the amount of armor points you used to knock that down. That's one of its features.
Double the amount of armor points. So I used 3, so that will slash it down to 0.
Cool.
Does that bleed over to hit points?
No.
Okay. So its 3 attack shredded my whole 5 points of armor.
There you go.
Okay. Don't get clawed by this thing.
But yeah, now it's your turn.
Yeah, you're good. Our turn?
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to give him the use action.
I'm trying to shoot at it. My SMGs. I hit. That's 7 under 16.
Nice.
It deals 2 points of damage.
Yoo-hoo!
Cool. So your SMG is like, and it's shooting. You're shooting at this thing that's like latched onto your companion. And you do hit it. Fortunately, you don't miss and hit your companion.
I'm wishing I had those glide thrusters now.
Right?
Because it's close to me.
Yep.
All right. Well, sword time. Missed. I'm rolling high all of a sudden. There's a 17.
Oh man.
Hey. I'm rookies, man. This thing is scary. No one wants to be fighting dragons in the sewers.
Yeah. Right. So it attacks you. It's gonna do another attack. So do a mobility roll.
14 under 15.
Okay. Cool. You succeed.
12 plus 2. Yeah.
Yep. So you succeed. So you manage to dodge its swipe, and then it's going to move again. It's going to move toward, try to go up the walls to try to get away from you guys, and start running up the walls.
Oh, good.
And
okay.
And now it's back to you guys.
All right.
Okay, I'm going to do 2 reactor rolls. That's a good question. All right, so I want to do 2 actions for myself.
Okay.
I want to shoot it with a submachine gun.
Yep.
And then my second action, I want to do the missile barrage, which is a second attack action.
Yep.
It requires a reactor roll.
Mm-hmm.
I'm guessing that's 2 reactor rolls.
Yeah, because you make the reactor roll for making the second attack, and then you make the reactor roll for the ability that you used.
Perfect. Okay. So SMG attack, crit, it's 1,
Nice.
natural 1. And this is 5 points of damage. Sorry. Second, the reactor roll for my second attack is a 2, so it downgrades to a 6. The missile barrage missed, and the reactor die succeeds, so I'm good.
Okay.
But I have it at a D6 reactor.
But that's fine. So you did 5 damage, you said?
Yeah.
All right, so we doubled that to be 10 damage you did because you got a crit.
Nice.
Yep. So cool. All right. Yeah, it doesn't look so good now, right? Your SMG attack just barreled through, sliced through a major artery or something. It's starting to get this green blood all over the place.
Oh, fun. All right, now I'm going to do 2 SMG attacks and take the reactor.
Sure.
1 succeeded, 1 failed.
Okay.
I got an 8 under 16 and a 21 under 16. Over 16, I guess.
D8.
D8. Yep. I did 2 points of damage.
And reactor die.
And reactor succeeds.
Nice.
All right. This thing is not doing so well. So it just kind of shouts again and then rips off a panel for a tunnel and goes running down this pipe to escape.
Oh, and let it go away. It's shout. Is that a presence attack?
No, it just screams. It just makes a noise. As it goes.
You're gonna die. Okay. We can't let that thing get away. Stop it. Can we flee into the tunnel that it's going into, or is it too high?
It is up. You can try if you make a mobility. Well, somebody has jump jets, so potentially could get up there. Yeah. Otherwise you'd have to make a mobility roll, and then you could get in the tunnel. It would just be one at a time, essentially, down this little tunnel, and you'd be crawling.
So you don't have to. He's saying you have to roll. You're in.
Yeah, you're in. You can do it. If you
jump up in the
tunnel, you can just jump jet up to the thing.
All right, I'm gonna jump jet in.
Yeah. All right. Well, I am gonna attempt a mobility check to leap up there myself, but I'll be following him.
Yeah.
So you can run the action on him.
Right. So
12 under 15. So I made it.
Cool. As you land up there on the get to the pipe, but like I said, you have to crawl in. It's not like a big enough for you to walk in. So you climb into it to crawl through, and you immediately will take 2 points of damage from crawling through the green acid blood stuff.
Yay!
Takes me down to 7.
But you can see it trying to rush down the tunnel. It's pretty fast, but you can still take a shot at it.
All right, I'm gonna shoot at it. Yeah.
Okay.
My FMGs. And I hit.
Nice.
5 under 16.
5 damage? Oh, how much damage?
No. 1.
1 damage. It sprays more blood all over the place, and it's going scurrying down the tunnel. It makes a turn somewhere in this pipe, and you'll have to follow it.
Okay.
So as he crawls after it, I'm gonna crawl after him.
Okay. And you succeeded, right?
Yeah, I did.
So you climb up into this pipe, and of course, there's all this green acid blood everywhere, so you're gonna take 2 damage.
All right. Down to 10 hit points.
And then you can hear it sizzling through the pipe.
And I just yell into the comm link, "Don't lose it! Stay on at 6!"
I'm chasing after it.
Okay.
Crawling.
Army crawling as fast as I can.
Yeah. That does mean that you'll have to take a move action, right? So each time, so you only get 1 attack action per turn right now. To keep chasing after it. But you army crawl your way down the tunnel. You get to the turn. You make the turn, and you have 1 thing to do. It is actually just there, waiting for you.
Oh, nice! This is gonna be fun. Okay.
So we're gonna do a thing. Yeah. You're going to make an attack roll, and if you fail, it's going to have damaged you, and that's how we'll do this. If you succeed, then you damage it. That's how this will play out.
Nice.
Okay. Let's hope I get some good rolls here.
The miss.
And
he rolled a 15, which would have been fine, but...
Because of the cramped space, the creature is only able to get 1 damage on you.
That's fine.
As it tries to attack you the same time you attacked it.
He's down to 6.
All right. And now we'll give you another turn because that was like it was waiting, and so you guys went at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Shoot at it again.
With disadvantage because you're right up next to it. You're in close range.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So 9 plus 2 is 11. 15, 17. So you missed.
Okay. So your bullets are like because it's too cramped. Like you go to shoot and it like pins your hand down, so the shots just go like onto the tunnel behind it, you know. And it's and then it goes after you. So now, actually, you can do one more thing because you're not chasing it now, because it's waiting there to fight you.
That'd be an attack, so I'd use my reactor to throw a frag.
Yeah.
Let's do that though. I'm gonna throw a frag grenade at it.
Okay.
24.
24. Yeah.
As an action, test power to deal 2d6 damage to 1 near enemy and 1 other enemy close to it. Would that damage me?
No, it says enemy. So presumably you throw it in a way that you wouldn't get hit by it.
Okay. Well, let's try this.
Oh, and he crits!
I crit.
Natural 1.
All right, and now reactor.
Reactor die
Reactor's
is
fine.
good.
Okay.
So 2d6 and double it.
I'm not even gonna have you roll. because you're gonna do more than enough damage based on that to.
Yeah, he would do minimum of 4 points.
Yeah, that'll be enough to destroy this thing. So we're just gonna say you do max damage and just blow the hell out of this thing. So what is it? What happens when your grenade goes off?
So I take out the pin. I throw it. It lands in its mouth. And then it just goes off. It blows it to pieces. Chunks are flying at the walls and at me and just everywhere, and it's a mess.
Yeah, it closes its mouth on the thing and just pieces all over the place. That unfortunately means that you would have taken damage, but because you critted, I'll say that all of the explosion goes away from you, so that none of the acid bits seem to land on you. Maybe some of its fleshy bits, but nothing that has any acid on it. So you're fine.
Me and my 6 HP.
It all went out the back end of the dragon.
So yeah, it's laying what's left of this carcass is not enough to be able to pull it out or anything. But I mean you'd have to eventually clean it out. But fortunately, you have your camera footage to tell everyone, yeah, no, I killed this giant leathery thing in a tunnel. That at least earns me, a chance to get off sewer duty.
I begin the arduous process as I'm congratulating him of backing out of this tunnel. Which I imagine when I reach the edge will result in some unceremonious body flop as I go back off the edge.
Yeah, but fortunately he's not there to see you because he's got to also back up to get out. So
yeah, but when he gets to the edge, he'll be able to use his jump jets.
Jump jets to stabilize my fall. I'll be fine.
No, TikTok viral video of you falling into the tunnel.
Wow, good job. All right, so we get back into the generator 3 room. I'll scan around, make sure that there's no other beasties or nests in this room.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll see what I can do to either get the generator up or, again, record and assess to report.
Yeah.
And 18/10 system. I don't have a clue.
Yeah, you can't repair it. There's definitely damage to it. So this is that's why it wasn't running. But you recorded and make notes on it for the team that's going to come in and fix the other one to come in and fix this one as well.
All right. Anything else we see in this room or anything else we need to do?
No, this room is clear now that the giant leathery winged finned creature thing is no longer in there.
Indeed.
Yeah. There is, however, some evidence that it may have came out of the water, or something. It's got this mud in there that matches the mud from the big basin back in the main area. But the door was closed, which is weird, because it somehow got past the door without damaging it. Potentially though, through one of the tunnels. You don't know.
Yeah. I'm wondering if these things are growing up into those things. God, I hope not. I hope not. That would suck. All right, well, I'll just document as much as I can. Video and photographic evidence of everything. Go through, wave spectrometer of all the room. Make sure that there's any anomalies in here. Make sure that they don't have any questions about what needs to be fixed. And then let's get the heck out of here.
I'm done with this place.
I'm done with this place. Until next week or whatever we have to go. That's it. I am definitely calling my dad.
I mean, like I said, you did kill this giant, void maw creature, so potentially you could make an argument that you no longer need to be on sewer duty, since you clearly have the chops to take on something in a very tight space and, destroy it without taking too much damage to yourself, quote unquote.
Well, I wouldn't say that.
This is my list of damage that I've taken. And that's his long list of damage and repair. Damage and repair.
I mean, he did make a brawler, and you guys are fighting things with acid blood, so...
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That is the downside.
Good fun. All right. That was fun.
That was fun.
Well, there's still more.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So as you go to leave, you're sort of checking out for the day, and you're kind of like, all right,
Yes.
well, we're out of this place. You get back to the main area, the main water basin, because that's where everything leads back to, right? You have to go through that to get out. As you get in there, you notice something crawling up out of the water.
Oh, good.
No.
It's covered in slime and gunk and muck, and for a moment, you think
it's
that
your
it's
ex-wife.
another one of these monsters.
Oh,
You get ready to do stuff, and then it turns its head in a very mechanical way, and some of the mud slicks off, and you see that it's a mech, but there's something wrong with it. It's one of the mechs from not necessarily your unit per se, but from like maybe an older version of your unit. It's like an old model for sure. But it has some kind of strange worm thing in its chest cavity moving around.
oh. Is it one of those that may have been legendarily at the bottom of the pit?
Confirmed, there are living mechs in the bottom of the basin of Sector 0451.
Oh, boy.
What do you want to do?
Well, I'll hail it. Is there any kind of identification numbers or insignia on it, or?
Sure. It's got the numbers 5195, which is an old unit that belonged to one of the previous groups that did Super Patrols. It was a unit that was assigned to a squadron that went missing a long time ago. Like it's like something you studied in the academy as like a historical thing.
Oh,
Not
boy.
anything recently.
Okay. Hell, Mecha Unit 5195. It's been a while. Is everything okay?
Let us live.
That's what you get over your comm link.
Is it like a psychic, or is it coming from the mech speakers, or how is it?
It's coming through your comm link.
Okay.
So mech to mech comm link, because you hailed it. The source of the sound, according to your comm link, is 5195.
Okay. And is this worm thing in its chest? Is it visually moving and interacting? It's squirming. It's
Squirming
there.
and pulsing and stuff.
You know what? After what we just fought and what we've dealt with, I ain't living any of this stuff live. I don't know about you.
I'm thinking of taking out another frag grenade.
I'm thinking the same thing, shoving it in the chest cavity and sending it back to where it came from.
But to experience the same thing that we made that lizard thing go through.
So, yeah. I think we're both in accord. We both want to stuff a frag grenade into the chest of this thing.
All right, then I'm going to have you roll initiative.
Yeah. Failed.
Succeed.
Nice.
All right. So it's going to go Vortex, Raven, then the Thing.
The thing. Then Kingfisher.
And then Kingfisher.
Yeah.
All right, Vortex, Raven, what do you want to do?
How far away is it?
It is near range.
Near. Okay. I'm gonna throw a grenade at it.
Okay.
9 under 16.
Nice. Oh, add a 2.
Oh, add 2.
So
Yeah,
11,
so
under
11 under
16.
11 under
16.
16.
Still fine.
And then what, 2d6?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
6.
Okay. Alrighty. It's going to finish climbing up, and then as it does, it is going to blast some kind of weird fluid out of the chest cavity. Both of you are going to have to make a mobility roll.
These things in their slides. I rolled a 20, but adaptable robotics.
Ooh, nice.
I was just thinking I hadn't used that yet. 15, under 15, so I failed.
I got 14 under 15, so I succeeded.
Yeah, 12 plus 2.
Okay. All right.
So he's good. I
So
failed.
Vortex Raven, you're fine. Kingfisher. Ooh, man, cool. You only take 4 damage.
Oh, good. We're both down to 6. All right.
And Vortex Raven,
My
I forgot to
turn.
ask you, you could have done one more thing, right? I forgot to ask you about that because you only did one thing. You threw the grenade.
Can't do one more thing. Should I shoot at it and use my reactor?
Yeah.
Or I'm going to shoot at it with my SMGs.
Okay.
Use up a reactor.
Okay.
12,
Plus 2.
14, 16, so I hit.
Okay.
And I deal 5 points of damage.
Nice.
And then my reactor is fine.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, Kingfisher, what are you going to do?
I'm gonna missile barrage it.
Yep.
Reactor die and hit die. Reactor fails. Hit. It does hit. 13 plus 2 is 15. That's under. The reactor does go down to a D4. And this is 44 damage. 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 points.
All right, so this missile barrage kicks out of the box on the shoulder of Kingfisher, and just explodes all up in front of you at the exact distance that the mech would be. And then once the smoke clears, you find that the mech is in pieces all over the place, and the slug thing that was inside the worm is trying to crawl away on the platform.
Get it! Stop it!
I'm not gonna let this worm get away from us.
It is Vortex Raven's turn.
All right.
All right. I'm just gonna shoot at it.
Okay.
12 under 16. That's a hit.
Okay.
Hit for 6 points of damage.
Cool. You splatter it all over the place as your bullets tear through it, just chunking blood and this green acid stuff, right? This chunky green acid blood everywhere.
Nice.
Sick of this acid.
Oh yeah.
One bit of it falls into the water. Fine. It's all gross water anyway. But as it does, it falls inside, and you notice that the water starts to bubble, and you start hearing from underneath the water.
Yikes! Is that like audible from the water, or
Yep.
still in our Met comms?
Yep. Audible from the water.
Maybe
But-
there's more down there.
There's no way the pilot's still alive.
No, the pilot's not alive, but the things are there's. I think there's more coming up.
I don't know.
Get the hell out of Dodge.
All right, make some mobility rolls for me as you try to run through these tunnels and get out of here. If you
Oh my
tell me if you
goodness.
fail on the first roll.
7 under 15. I succeed.
515. I'm good.
Okay, you both get out of the main room. Make another roll as you have this tunnel in front of you.
Failed by 1.
Oh, I got a 20.
All right, so
We both failed the next one.
you get out of the room. You turn down the tunnel, and then you both slide in the muck and crash into the walls. You're gonna take 2 damage, and as you do so, you're trying to get back up to move some more, and you see hands of like ancient mechs covered in weird gunk and muck climbing up
boy.
out of the pool of water.
Oh, yeah.
The legends were true.
The legends were true. I'll make sure my recorder is capturing all of this. And I will give a time and date stamps best I can. It was an honor. I'm gonna do the whole. It was an honor serving with you.
But you guys have a chance to make a mobility roll to see if you can scramble down the tunnel, like get up and move.
Yes, we need to.
5 under 15.
It's 6 under 15.
Nice. So you both managed to scramble up, run down the tunnel. Now you get to the entrance. You're gonna have to go one at a time to get out. But you'll also have to make a mobility roll to see if you get out because you're in a hurry.
Go for it. Go first. I'll cover you.
13 under 15.
Okay.
Are they coming after us like
they are
actively?
So Vortex Raven, especially with his jump jets, just kind of gets out through the entrance. But Kingfisher, as you're standing your ground trying to give him clearance, just 3 of these weird mechs with worms in their chests come rushing down the tunnel towards you.
Nice.
You open fire with your gun, trying to take them down. Make a single mobility roll with a +3.
Okay.
And then tell me what happens.
12 plus 3 is 15. I failed by 1.
Vortex Raven, as you get to the top and look back, Kingfisher gets slammed by 3 bizarre muck-covered mech things with worms in them. He's tackled down. He's pinned underneath them. You see his one hand reaching up, out, trying to reach out above them kind of thing. What do you want to do?
Run. Just run. Save yourself.
There's 3 of them.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can take 3 of them with 4 HP. I think I'm going to have to split.
You can fire down into the hole and then make a move to get out?
Yeah, I'm probably going to go for that then. I'm just going to spray and pray at the mechs and hope to do something.
5 and 3 is 8 under 16.
8 under 16.
Nice.
That's a hit. I do 8 points of damage.
Okay. So spraying down on them, you do a bunch of damage. What I'm going to say is instead of actually damaging them, because, I've got stats, but who cares? What you're actually going to do is you're going to give Kingfisher a chance to break free.
Woo-woo!
Now, Kingfisher, the question is, are you going to try to shove them off and get free, or are you going to try to slip through and get free?
I will try to use. Yeah, so acrobatics is my mobility skill for on-foot skill.
Yeah.
So with that as a guiding principle, I will definitely try to wiggle free.
Okay.
Like a little wrestling move, a little whizzer on one, and slip out.
Okay.
Mobility. I roll the 9.
Okay.
So +3 is 12, whatever, under 15.
Yeah. Managed to break
So-
free and get to the entrance. Just, break free from them and jump up to the entrance to pull yourself up. As you do, they latch onto the feet of your mech.
Yeah, the hand.
Yeah. You have a chance now. You have a choice. You can hope that Vortex Raven can try to do something to help you and not fail and thus end your mission here. Or you can abandon the mech and climb up its arm as the pilot and leave the mech behind.
Well, I already gave him the order to get out. So he's already taken a move action away. So at this point, I'm going to eject.
Okay.
And as I get out, I'm going, I'm never piloting a mech without jump jets again.
So you manage to get free. You climb up the arm. You get to the entrance, and as you do like that last step to get on the platform to run away, the mech's arm breaks, right? The fingers break, and it just or the cement crumbles and it falls. and
Oh.
you know that it's now being either dismantled or a worm thing will take control of your mech
I was
someday.
to say it's being populated.
But there you are in this this giant opening of this tunnel, very small in comparison to the size of this space, with your at the foot of a very tall mech that is Vortex Raven.
Oh.
Sounds to me like you're stuck on sewer duty.
I'm hoping you got some footage on that mech of yours because we need to get out of here.
Yeah, this ends the adventure, but you'll have to write your report up to your command and explain how you lost a mech in the tunnel. Fortunately, you do have some video of the things that you fought down there.
Oh, good.
My
And
mech got the whole thing.
but we will have just rediscovered 5195. So that in itself is going to be,
We confirmed the legend.
yeah. Kill the dragon, cleared some fleas. We witnessed history. Lost my mech, but all in all, for just 2 schmucks out of the academy, not a bad day.
Yeah, roll a d20 for me, and if you get a 10 or below, good. If you get a 11 or above, bad. So let me know how you do.
9.
4. Ooh.
All right, you both get promoted and get taken off of sewer duty.
Yay!
And as such, everywhere you go, everyone wants to hear about how you confirmed the legends of the living things in the bottoms of the cistern. And it becomes like the story, right? Everyone's like, oh, hey, you're Vortex Raven. Weren't you the one that fought like the zombie mechs in 0451?
Oh yeah, it was awful. Mechs with worms inhabiting them, running at us as we're trying to frantically get out of these sewers. There's acid everywhere. We're slipping and falling on each other. It was awful.
What he means by awful was it was epic. And we should have seen his guns blazing and missiles here. And he shoved this grenade down the maw of the dragon. Oh, it was amazing.
And so that, my friends, is Mecha Hack Sewer Duty.
Don't go into the sewers alone.
Cool.
Awesome.
Thanks for playing, guys. And we'll say goodbye to everybody, and then we'll shut down our chat. So we'll say everyone at home, when you see this, hope you enjoyed the story as much as we did. And
Thanks, all.
let me go to studio mode, because that's what you're supposed to do when you're a professional. And then fade out.
Nice. Awesome.